Hi everyone. In today's video, we are diving into the world of MongoDB. Here we will cover how MongoDB is different from our traditional SQL databases, different ways to use MongoDB. We will see how to work with MongoDB Compass, MongoDB Shell, and also we're going to cover some basic operations performed in MongoDB. So let's get started. So let's focus on how MongoDB is different from SQL databases. So MongoDB is a database, but unlike SQL databases that stores data in rows and columns, MongoDB stores data in flexible JSON-like documents. So the major difference is in the way of storing data. So traditional databases like SQL uses tables and are more rigid in storing data like this. So the SQL database stores our data in form of tables like this, and there will be a primary ID in the tables which is going to point to any another ID in the other table. So that's how the connection works in SQL databases. But in MongoDB, MongoDB stores data in the form of collection, and these collections are inside a database and in the form of documents. And these documents are inside in collection. So we can uh, understand it better by looking at this image. Like MongoDB data can contain one or more collections. Then inside collection, a collection can contain different type of document, or we can say document as objects. And what are document? Document are key value pair list of array or nested document. So we can also have a document inside a document, which is called a nested document. So here I have already written that it's a document-oriented database. It's scalable and optimized for high volume data storage. So that's the major reason behind of using MongoDB. So, and which we have already talked that MongoDB stores data in key value pair list, but there is an important thing to note that MongoDB stores data in documents in JSON-like structure, but it is not JSON exactly. It is called BASIN, which is binary JSON. So there is a slight difference between JSON and binary JSON, but by looking at they both look like same. So now we have multiple ways to interact with MongoDB. The first one is MongoDB Compass, which is a graphical user interface to create and edit databases, collection and documents. So now we're gonna take a look how to work with MongoDB Compass. So to start with, I am opening my MongoDB Compass. So if you are opening your MongoDB Compass for the first time, you will uh, get a look like this on the GUI, and you need to come here and need to press the connect button, so it will connect you to your local database. And to start with, we going to create, these are the three databases which is there by default. Even if you have not created any databases, these are created by MongoDB. And to create our first databases, the name of the database will be bookstore, which I have already mentioned in the document or notes which I have prepared. The database name we're gonna use is bookstore. So let me create a database first, and I'm gonna create a database like this. So our database name will be bookstore, and it's gonna ask for the collection name when you are creating a database in MongoDB Compass. So I'm going to give my first collection name as book, and we are going to directly hit create database. So by doing this, we have created a database. We can see here that we have a database, and it is MongoDB Compasses has initialized a collection with the name of book. And now we need to add our first record. And to do this in MongoDB Compass, we need to hit this add data button, and we're going to insert a document. And The MongoDB Compass has already provided us with the structure, or we can say syntax, to add a data. Even if we're going to delete and it and try to add our own document, I am just copying it from here, from our notes, and going to paste it in our MongoDB Compass. And I'm going to remove this so that it become syntactically correct. And now I'm going to hit the insert button. So this will insert this document into our books collection. And as soon as I hit the insert button, we able to see that our document is added in our books collection. In the similar manner, we can add multiple documents also. Just we need to copy two, or I can copy two documents from here like this. And now we're going to add more than one document at once by hitting the add data button. And now we're going to insert a document, remove it. While adding more than one document at one go, you just need to take care that you need to bind it with an array. And now we can paste it, and also need to remove this comma from here. And now it is syntactically correct. And now we can hit the insert button. And yes, now we have three documents in our books collection. If I want to edit any one of them, I can go here for edit document. I can also copy this document to the clipboard. I can also clone this document and also able to delete it from here. So for now, let us just update it. And by clicking that edit button, we are able to see that this is object ID. You must notice that we have not created any ID while we are inserting data. So how we got this ID here? So actually this ID is created by MongoDB itself for our document. It will be unique for every document in our database or in our collections to, to identify our documents uniquely. And then we can see that this data is of type string, this is also of type string, it is double, this is int, and this is an array. You can see we have three strings in our array, and by indexing of 0, 1, and 2. You must be familiar with these things if you are proficient in at least one programming language. So now what I am going to do, I am going to increase the rating of this book from 4.3 to 4.4, and just gonna hit this update button. Yes, so that's how I can update the values in our MongoDB Compass using it. And we can also apply a filter query here, like let's find a book with name of author James Clear. So the name of author will be this, and let us do it like this. And now we're going to hit this find button, and by doing this, our MongoDB database will give us all the books in our collection which is written by the author James Clear. Fine. So we have only one book written by this author. So now we can reset this, and we can see by, let me scroll. Okay, so we have only three books as of now. Okay, so we have only one book. We have also tried the filter. So now that's all we can do, and how we can interact with our MongoDB Compass. And the second way can also be we can interact with our MongoDB database using our MongoDB shell. So yes, now I'm going to delete this. So we have this, and to interact with it, we need to type some commands related to the MongoDB. And so my first command will be show DBS. So this command will going to show me all the databases which we have in our database, in our system, sorry. And we have basically four databases: admin, config, local, and a bookstore. Bookstore is the database created by us. Here it is, we can see. And now to use this database, we're going to use bookstore, and we can see that we have switched to DB bookstore. And now we can also run command like db dot book dot find. So it's gonna give us every book which we have in our book collection. So basically here we have three books. So I am going to use an insert query now to insert more books in our book collection. So it will be like this: db dot book dot insert one, and curly braces, and now we need to write name and all things. So to save time, I'm just going to copy one of the books from here. So we can use this one. I can copy only this. Okay, copy, and going to here, I'm going to paste it and going to press enter. So we got the confirmation acknowledge is equal true, and also MongoDB inserted the object ID for this book also. So to for insertion, we have another command also, which is db dot book dot insert many. So this command is used to add multiple books at a time. And to do so, I am again going here to copy two more books so that we can directly add it to our book collection. And now I'm just going to paste it here and going to hit enter. And we got some issue while adding our books. So let me take a look. So it's argument docs must be an array of documents. So what is the issue with this command? Argument docs. So let me take a look at it again. Insert many, title, author, rating. Looks good to me here. And then we have another curly braces and ended here. Not able to find anything fishy. So the issue which I am facing, that I forgot to add the scare bracket in insert many command. So to verify that we have got all these things, we can go to MongoDB Compass GUI feature, and by refreshing we can confirm that now we have 6 books. And now go back to our notes to check what we need to accomplish next. So we have already interacted with MongoDB Compass and the shell provided by MongoDB. Now let's see how to do it using MongoDB shell. So we can go to terminal of our system and just need to run a command Mongosh, Mongosh. And by running it, we can see that we able to run the similar commands here also, show DVS. So we have these. So we can also run this command. So use bookstore, and let's me see, show collections. So we have only one collection, and let's find db dot book dot find. So it will list all the books in our collection. Okay, so we are already done with the addition part, and now let's see what we can do next. So we need to retrieve data. So we will retrieve data by ID. We will try to retrieve data by other things also. So let's try this db.book.find, and we will try with ID, score ID, and we need to copy ID of any one book. So let's copy this ID and paste it here. See what is the name of this book, The Hobbit, and by James Clear. Press enter, and in output we got this book, and we can add more things also to our retrieve query like this. I'm going to show you. So we are going to declare that find a book where author is James Clear. Let's see how many books this person has written. So we got two books. So we can edit this or update this query as where rating is also 4.8. So we're going to retrieve this book, which is Atomic Hobbies Habits. Let's see by hitting enter. So we able to extract this book only. So these are the two ways of using our find query, and we can also like use it to find one book, and we have seen that if we try to run it by find, so we will get two books, and now we will try to run it by find one query. So it will re it will return us only one book written by James Clear, the first one which this query able to find in our books collection. So let's hit enter button. So we can see that it returned only one book which is present in our book collection. First, okay, now let's move to other. So now we would need to filter data, which we have already done. Retrieve only required properties. Okay, sure. So we we have retrieved this uh, document, but what in a case we need only the title and author of the book, and rest of data we don't need. So in that case, we're going to run our query like this: db.book.find, start one curly brace, and add author is equal to James Clear, and another one will be that we need title and author of the book only. So we will get now two documents with only two properties, which is title and author. So let's hit enter button and see. So book is not defined. Oh, so exactly I messed up this query. I just used a comma instead of full stop. So yes, now by running this, we got two books, we got title and author and these two properties. So but so let's count how many documents we have in our book collection by using count method. So db dot book dot find. So this should return all the books which we have in our book collection. So I am just going to add a count after that, and if I press enter, it will return us the number of books which we have in our book collection. So currently we have six. So in the same manner, I can use the limit find dot limit. So we know that this query is going to return us six books, but we want only first three books. So in that case, we are going to use limit here. So we can add a limit of four here. So now this query will return only first four books in our book collection. So see, we have one book here, two, three, and four. So that's how we're going to use our first query, and this is the basic introduction to Mongo environment and how we can use MongoDB and interact with it in different ways. And now at last, if we are done with this shell, which is outside of our MongoDB and we are using it in our terminal, so we can at last we can run a command exit. So by this we are out of our database, and by coming back here we can see all the things which we have run in our terminal is also affecting our MongoDB Compass. So thank you so much. That's all.